Hey everyone, it's Jeannie from A1 Vacuum and Sewing, and I am gonna keep working on, because I'm in the groove, right? I'm gonna keep on working on falling it into autumn, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish up, or I'm gonna try to finish up the. Here we go. Nope, that's not what we want. The peace stars. So I already stitched out 6 of them. Here they are, looking gorgeous. We color grouped, and I put them here in a 6x10 hoop. I could fit 6 at a time. We did have a little bit of fabric management. And then I thought, oh, maybe I can finish the rest of them in my 9.5 by 14-inch hoop, because I stitched out the pumpkins as well as the sweaters, and we have a lot of room over here. So let's go ahead and load those in. Like, the design is going to stay the same. It's all the same design, but we are doing 8 of one color and 8 of the other. And so I'm going to go ahead and choose my hoop size. So we're doing 9.5 by 14 now. I'm going to say okay. And we're only going to go ahead and, sorry about the dogs, we're putting them, I have to actually go return. So I can get rid of some of these and move them around individually. They're going to move as one when we're on that layout or edit page. So we'll put this one here, and we'll just go ahead and move them. And maybe we'll just do 4 at a time. What do you think of that? And then there won't be too much overlap, and we won't have to deal with too much of the, actually, this is 1, 2, I don't remember which one was which. So they might not stitch in order. Let's go ahead and delete that. And then we're going to use this feature right here to make sure they stitch in the order that we want them to stitch in. Why not? You have that feature. That feature is only on, it's only going to be on the Solaris and the Luminaire. But another reason to get a Solaris or Luminaire at some point. There's so many reasons. Move that up a little bit. And we'll say okay. And let's pick our order. So right now it's saying that one's, this one's first. Nope. Wait. We want that one. This one's second. We want it to be first. That's second. Oh, let's move that up. So that's third, and that's fourth. I just like it instead of like going up and down and all different. Now we control it, and you can control where you want the order in which you want something to stitch. Okay, we're going to touch embroidery. That's going to group everything. And let's make sure that we're not running into the other design. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my projector. And I just want to make sure this is over. I cut some of that excess. So you move. I'm confused because let's go to stitch number 1. Plus 10. Plus. Oh, you know why? I'm like, why isn't this moving? Why does it not look right? And I didn't have my hoop slid on. Okay, better. Okay, I'm going to turn my projector back on. It was weird because it was showing it to me. So right now it won't let me to put the projector on because I'm on stitch 11. So just go here to where you go forward and backwards and go back to stitch 0. And I don't even have to do that. I could just do this. I could just go, show me my top left point. That's my top left point. So this is my middle left, and this is all I'm concerned with. I just want to make sure it's close, but I think we're good, and we can just kind of get this little corner out of the way too. Let's just cut it. I don't have to worry about it. Just remember that this is around your cut line, but that's not necessarily your cut line, so you don't want to cut to it because then you might be cutting too much. But I was just checking my leftmost position. So there's lots of ways of checking that. And then I touch this, which is my top leftmost position. It's where my stitch is going to go out. And we're good to go. So there's lots of ways to check your positioning. I could have also done the projector, which is what I thought I was doing before. You move your projector with your finger. So I'm going to move it over here. And then you can see where my design is. Perfect. I have plenty of room. Go all the way to the top. And it looks great. We're going to say, okay, let's color group. And we color grouped before, so you know what it's all about. We're going to go layout. This is your color group button. Now all our pink is done. That's our template. And then everything else, all the, the placement line, the trim, and then the tack down, and then the outline stitch. So that's all done. I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. It is going to do the template. We have 2 more of the red and mustard to do. And then we have 8 of the other ones to do. While it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and spray these 2. So we're going to do these 2 because this is the center. The red is the top right and the bottom right. The mustard is the bottom left and the top left. Now we're also going to be doing 8 of these. So since I'm doing 4 in a hooping, I'm going to spray 2 of these centers. And then I need 3 of the brown and 1 of the like ivory or the cream, whatever color you want to call it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay these down first like a diamond. Make sure that you're laying it down with the shape flex down, not the fabric. And then we'll do these. And this one. Okay. First thing it's going to do is it is going to do the, this is your trim placement line. It'll do these all at once. going to trim. And we're going to trim top right on all 4 of these. All right, so we are doing 2 with the white center and 2 with the yellow center. We're going to put in the upper right-hand piece. So we need 2 reds and 2 whites. Let me grab those. 2 reds, 2 whites. We're going to grab our spray tent. 2 reds, 2 whites. We're going to spray them, and when we lay them down, we put sticky side up. Oops, sorry about that. Sticky side up, you're going to place these so that this is on, centered to that line and on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. I'm just going to hold it so it doesn't move. Okay, we'll do the next one. So you have to be careful because the spray is going to stick to the foot. So you have to hold the fabric down at the opposite end. Okay, then we're going to take these and fold them all back, and then we'll do the next placement tack down line. So we're going to take this and fold it back. Give it a nice fingernail fold. This I'll do later. Do this one first. Just make sure that fabric doesn't get in the way. Once it does all of these are all trim lines and placement lines. Then we're going to go ahead and trim it, and then we'll get the next 4 pieces ready to lay down. Easy peasy, right? Okay. Pull this back a little bit. We'll get rid of this first. All right. Now it's going to do placement. tack down. This is, oh wait, sorry. Forgot to lay down my fabric. So we're gonna need, for the B ones, 2 reds for the bottom right, and for the A ones, 2 browns. So let me get my 2 reds and my 2 browns. Oops, sorry, that's my head hitting the filming arm. I'm going to go ahead and spray these in my spray tent. And you're doing sticky side up. You're placing it on that trim line. Whoops. Actually, let's put my foot up. Get that up. We've got to go to the beginning. It has to start stitching there. So I'm going to go right in here. And I'm going to go back. And there it is, right where you want it to be. Once it's kind of on its way, you can let go. You just want to make sure it's going in the right direction. So it stitches it down. And if you need to stop your machine, place your fabric. That looks like no stitching there. Okay, hang on. There's nothing. All right. For some reason, it didn't catch. So I'm going to go ahead and let me check my bobbin, because it was threaded. So that means it had to be the bobbin, and maybe the bobbin cut short. Let's fix you, bobbin. Make your tail longer. There we go. Let's give it another go. So we have to go back. That goes forwards, that goes back. And right where we want to be. Oh, except I didn't have my fabric laid down. Better. There we go. That worked out. Now we're going to fold them all forward. It's going to do the trim line, placement line. So let's fold this down towards me. We're going to stitch this. I'm going to fold this fabric out of the way. Make sure everything looks good. Fold this one down. And then you can hit stop if you need to. I'm going to fold this one down. But I want this out of the way. And then let's fold this one down. Okay, now we are doing, we're going to trim first. We're going to be adding the bottom left piece. Okay. You know, you can't see this, but I'm trimming the one on the very bottom first. All right. Trim. Now place. So for the top two, we need 2 gold. For the bottom two, we need 2 tan. Isn't this nice using every little bit of the fabric in your hoop? Okay, so I'm going to lay these out. 2 gold. Use that spray tent. You don't want this spray all over your machine, all over your room, all over everything. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this one down first. It's going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Looks like it's going to start here and stitch up. Oop. All right, now we're going to fold it back. And that means we've done 10. Once we're done with these, that's 10 total. And we're going to have to do, is that 10? Yep, 10. So we need 16 total, so we'll have 6 more to go. Okay. Okay, trim. That's your trim line first, and then it becomes your placement line. And for this one, we're going to put 1 more gold. You should have 1 left. It's going to go in the upper left-hand corner. And then the other one's going to have 3 of the browns. So 1 more brown in the upper left-hand corner. All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead. We're going to spray these two, and then we're going to get two of the brown ones to spray. Right. I think these can all just get sewn down. So I'm going to hold it there. And then once we fold these up, it's just going to do the outline stitch. And these 4 are done. And we'll go ahead and do 4 more. Well, 6 more, right? All right, let's go ahead and flip this back. I'm going to just kit this. So again, you've got some fabric management if you're going to color group, but I think it's well worth it. And I'm stubborn. I don't want to hit that start stop button, but I will if it's going to save my project. And that is your trim line. Let's go ahead and rehoop. Before we rehoop, I am going to trim this up a little bit right here. There we go. And whoop, it's my spray. Let's hoop again. That way we get to use up every last bit of this. What I want here is over on the right hand side. I'm going to be using that. pull this in like that. And let's pull it this way too. Oh, look. Maybe we have room down on the bottom as well. And this I'm going to trim. I'm going to trim this so I have room here on the side. See that? So we're hooped. I'd say leave like at least 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. Okay, so we're going to fit what we can here. Hopefully this will fit. I'm going to move this over a little bit. And then maybe we could fit something down here on the very bottom too. Wouldn't that be nice? Because if we could fit 2 more, I'm going to... That would be perfect. Huh. Should I just rehoop now? Because I feel like I'm close on that side. I want to do this. Just... There we go. I'm hoping I can fit 4 on the right side, 2 on the bottom, and then we'll be done. So that's what it looks like right now. Okay, let's come on over to the machine and let's load it up. Fluff your fabric. Make sure those pumpkins don't get flipped and you stitch them down. Now we are done with the B blocks. All we have to do are the A blocks. So we need to fit 6 of them, which would be a dream. So what we want is we want 2 more. Whoops! I don't know if it's possible. So whoops! What's happening here? Okay. Okay. I don't know if this is, I don't know which part of the arm it is that is flopping, but I think it's the ball. Okay, I'm just going to hold it for now. I'm going to take this one. Let's say, okay, we're going to go to the previous screen because this is where we make copies. And I'm going to touch this one because that's the last one. Make a copy. Move. And let's do one more. Move. Oh, it'll work. It's going to be tight. And again, we're going to be moving fabric around, but it fits. Okay. So those are the 6 that you have left to do. Let's go ahead and turn on our projector and just make sure everything else, that nothing is overlapping. So let's check all the way at the top. Plenty of room. Middle, plenty of room. Down here. Oh, look at that. We are close. I think it's going to work though. That is really, really close. You know what? I'm not going to do it. We're just going to do the ones that come down. Then we'll scoot the fabric up a little bit. So we're just going to do the ones that are coming down for right now. So I'm going to say okay. We'll go to the previous screen, touch that, delete it, touch that, delete it. We'll have to do one more hooping to get those last two. We'll have to scoot the fabric a little bit, but we can fit everything on the right hand side. Embroidery, layout, color group, and go ahead and hit start. So the fabric you're going to grab, you want to grab the centers, which are yellow this time. We're going to grab 4 of them. 2, 3, 4. A bunch of the brown pieces and some of the white. And we're ready to go. First thing we'll do is we'll spray 4 centers. So 4 of the golds. And they're your 3x3 pieces that have the shape flex on the back. Okay, so these are all going to be the same. So let's lay down our mustard centers. Whoops. Alrighty. Now it's going to do the stitching in the top right. And this is going to be our trim placement line. Okay, trim her up. Grab your seam. I'm going to change out my filming arm. Hang on a second. Okay, switched out my filming arm. Hopefully this one won't droop. Although this one has a spring in it that just like all of a sudden will pop up. So I'll be like filming something, and then all of a sudden it'll be up high in the air. So I wish I had the perfect filming setup, but we are working on it. It's pretty good for now. All right, those are down. We're going to put the cream or the white or the ivory, whatever you want to call it. It's going to go in the upper right hand corner for all of these. So let's grab 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spray. Ooh, that was a lot. Did you hear that? I usually am not so heavy-handed, but I was just then. I'm going to hold it. Stop. I didn't put my piece down yet. Did you notice that? That's what that stop button's for. There we go. Okay, we're going to fold all these back. I can't do those yet just because, let me see if I can get this one to stay. It either wants to go too low or too high. Okay, this is going to be our trim line, and then we're laying down just the brown pieces from now on. Lay down the brown. So I need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me put them in my spray tent. Give it a little shot of spray. Little shot. You don't need so much. I've become heavy-handed, more heavy-handed than I used to be. I used to be like, and now I give it a little bit more spray. I'm going to lay them all down. Okay. And now let's go ahead and stitch. I'm holding it down on the left because that foot, when it goes down really low, will stick to that spray. So remember, you're spraying on the wrong side of the fabric. Never spray on the right side. Okay, I'm going to fold this back, or fold this out of the way. Multitasking. Okay, we're going to trim in place 4 browns. It's all about the browns. Off camera, but you get the picture. Okay, I'm going to grab 4 brown pieces, give them a shot of spray on the wrong side. I need 1 more. This is going to be the bottom left. And then we're going to do the top left. So I'm just spraying them just like that in the tent. Kind of a race to get it down. Let's get this one. Okay. We have one more cut placement line. Here we go. This reminds me of eggs and toast. Okay, then we're going to trim and we're going to lay down 4 more browns, and then we'll have 2 more squares left. That's all you can think of now, right? Eggs and toast. Pull this in a little bit. Give me a little more room. Off screen, but I'm cutting. Alrighty, we are going to get 4 more pieces of the brown for that top left corner. Let's put it in the tent. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there should be, I think, 6 left. We'll give it a little shot of spray. Not too much. And now we're going to lay them down. Whoops, sorry. This is your 1/4 inch seam allowance. I don't know, for some reason I looked at those sweaters and it just looked like Barbie clothing to me. Doesn't it? I could picture putting that on my Barbie doll. I loved Barbie dolls. That was my thing. Violet didn't really like Barbie dolls, but she loved Polly Pockets. But I don't think they had Polly Pockets when I was a kid. I had the Barbie Plaza, and I had the Barbie head. The Barbie head that you put the makeup on. And I really didn't have that much stuff. That was kind of it. All right, we're going to flip it back, and then it's going to sew the outline stitch. So we'll do one at a time so we can get this out of the way. Toast and eggs. Because this is the yolk and the white, and then we've got the toast. Let's flip this back. So we're going to flip this back, flip this up. Okay, we're going to rehoop, and I'm going to use this space right here to do 2 more. Or we could hoop up in something else. I'll check out my options. So cute. Then we'll press them and cut them, and so we have room with this one too. Let me see. With this one right here, I'm going to go ahead and pop that up. There's room over here that we can use as well. And I could just put that in a 5x7. That might be easier. And as long as you don't start cutting everything apart, you have so many options, right? I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up. I do all this stitching on all this muslin, and then later I cut it all apart. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hand tighten that. Pull in a little bit. And this stuff we can get rid of. This might be easier to deal with. The smaller the hoop, it's usually always easier to deal with. So let's go ahead. We're going to put this on the machine. This one is done. Then we can cut them all apart, sew them together, and we can finish this up. Let's go ahead and slide this off. For a minute, I got really confused. I was like, didn't I do the brown ones? But these were the ones that we did first. Before I slide the hoop on, because it's going to ask me to change to a larger hoop, I'm going to come in here. Let's go return. Let's choose our hoop size, 5x7. We're going to get rid of these two. Touch it, delete. Touch it to select it, delete. And then this one we'll put in here, and this one we'll put in here. Use your finger for general placement, and then we're going to go ahead and go use our move keys to get it right where we want it. Okay. And then we can say embroidery, and it'll combine those. You can see it's doing them separately. We're going to go layout, and we should have plenty of room. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this on now at this point. I'm going to fluff our fabric just to make sure nothing gets turned under. We're going to put the little arm down, and it's going to ask us to move it, which is great. And let's do our template first. Template first. We are grabbing our centers, which are yellow. So 2 yellow centers. The rest of the browns. And we need 2 more whites. Which I don't know what happened to mine. Where are you? Oh, it's right here. It was right here. Right where I was sitting. Let's grab those. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the 2 yellows first. Spray the wrong side. All right, we're going to take one of each of these, put it in a diamond, lay it down like a diamond. So I have an equal amount of the corners peeking out. here and here, and stitch. That is your cut line. Go ahead and trim, and then we're going to place. And while it's doing that, these are the pieces that you're going to put down. The ROIC, Royal Icing, Royal Ice Cream. I don't know what that stands for. But your ivory. You're going to put this sticky side up, and stitch. Hi, pretty girl. Flip it back. Give it a little finger press. And go ahead and stitch. This is going to be your trim line and placement line.
How much? Oh, nice.
This is like over here, it's like French fries and ketchup and mayonnaise. That's what the colors remind me of. All right, time for the brown pieces. We just need 2 at a time. Or you know what? Let's go ahead and lay down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? Right side or wrong side up. Right side or wrong side, sticky side up. Wrong side, sticky side up. She was looking awfully suspicious by my bag of batting. Okay, this is your trim line. Now we're doing eggs and sunny side up. Eggs and toast. Sunny side up eggs. Okay, trim it. And my pieces are already sprayed and ready to put down. We're going to lay one down here. And one down here. And stitch. 2 more pieces. Let's flip those back. Flip this one back. Okay, here's my trim placement line. All I can think of now is eggs, toast, ketchup, and mustard, and mayonnaise. Is it just me? Maybe it's just me. All right, let's trim it, and then we'll place our last 2 pieces. I don't know. How do you feel about it? Would you have rather have pieced that traditionally, or do you like piecing in the hoop? I look at it and I go, I think I would have just preferred to piece that traditionally. I like piecing. When I have more time, I'm going to do more traditional quilts. I kind of like that monotony and the detail. And okay, here are my last 2 pieces. I'm going to put it in my spray tent. Give it a little shot of spray. Going to put it right side up. Okay, let's fold this back, and it's going to do the outline stitch all the way around. Same thing for this. Let's flip that up. And we are done. Let's go ahead and trim these. Then we're going to sew them together, layer them with batting. We'll put them back in the hoop, and then we'll do the quilting, and these will be done. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my iron. And I'm also going to layer my wool mats. So we need this. So let's pull that up. Let's pull that to the side. Let's put away some of this thread. Whoops. There. Up close and intimate. Move the drawer. This on here. And I'm layering my wool mats because number 1, I have several, so I can. And number 2, I do not want the moisture going through to my cutting mat that's below. So we are going to go ahead and press these. I like to always press from the back first. Not always, but I usually do. And I'm going to press it. I'm going to use a little bit of moisture, so I will use... I'm worried they're flipping back. Maybe I'll press it from the front. So I need my best press. And we can tidy up while we're waiting for that iron to heat up. And once I finish these, I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit. And I think what we're going to do is I will finish the prep video, which what I needed to do was I needed to do the, I needed to go ahead and group everything. I think that's the only thing that needed to be done. Do this. I like pressing from the back too. What I like about pressing from the back is it'll push the embroideries into the wool mat and spread the fabric around it. And this is where I really make my blocks nice and flat and gorgeous. And they look amazing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Usually I would just leave these here in the hoop, but I think what I'm going to do is we'll do one of these for right now so you can see how it's done. The other one I'm just going to leave on here until I put some more embroideries down below. So... and some of these aren't going to lay flat because of the fabric. I'm just going to get rid of that. Oops, sorry, that's my head. It's just the noggin. All right. Get rid of all of this. I'm going to cut these two apart. Let's do this first. And before I press these, I do want to get rid of this. So I'm going to leave these for later. I just can't help myself. I need to. You got to be careful with that knit. Did you see me aggressively trying to scratch off the top and then it pulled? Like right there. So my sweaters don't look perfect because I was too aggressive. That's some delicate stuff. You need to be careful with it. Okay. I want to finish these. I'm just going to cut them off. And we'll just make it work with the other stuff. I don't need those edges, so I'm just going to cut straight up. Don't have to be too careful. I'll do this later because I have to wet it. But these, we'll go ahead and maybe I'll separate these. Okay, I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to spray it from the back. And I really like to use my body weight. I feel like when I stand above my ironing and I just kind of push down, that helps me because I'm just weaker now. I'm not as strong as I used to be. But I like to aggressively press, which I don't know if that's necessarily good, but that's how I like to do it. Okay, so these we'll go ahead and we'll fussy cut those a little bit more. And let's do these. Excuse me. Okay. We'll give it a little press from the front too. All right. Let's go ahead and trim them. These are 2.5 inches each, I think. So rotary cutter and here we go. All right. So here is my 2.5 inch square. Here we go, right? Quilter select 2.5 inches right here. Where's my one that goes? Here we go. 2.5 and 2.5. So I'm just going to kind of put this up above. Make sure I'm on those lines as best as I can be. There we go. And then we'll do 2 more cuts. Here. Hearing music in my head. Beautiful. Okay, so go ahead and cut these all down. I'm probably going to pause the video because I'm going to move the camera out of my way because I like to look straight down. And I can't do that with this filming arm here. So I'll cut one more. Just going to do 2 cuts. See? There we go. All right, I'm going to pause it and I will be back when all of these are trimmed. Okay, I'm trimmed. At least I think I'm trimmed. Hang on, let me grab my book. And so now we're going to go ahead and put our block together. So these are going to be our centers. Let's just make sure everything looks right. We're going to have one goes up here. One goes down here. It's going to go like this. It's adorable. And then we need these. And these go with, is that right? That looks really wrong. Oh, you know what it is? The 1/4 inch seam allowance. That's all. And that should be just like this. Well, we'll just put it together like this. You get the gist. Center goes in there. Oh my goodness. It is adorbs. Is that so cute? Okay, so we have one. We have the other one. So I'm going to convert my machine over to sewing. The red's face in. Red's in. And then these. So the browns are out. And then we tear apart the sewing room to find this last piece. Because I don't know where it is. And this is called Sewing with Jeannie. So I'm going to find that. Hopefully I didn't cut it up into a million pieces, and then we're going to sew. So let me go ahead and convert my machine over. 15 minutes, I find it in the trash where it shouldn't be. Okay, now I'm ready to go ahead and convert my machine to a sewing machine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I prefer to sew with my walking foot and my 1/4 inch flange. And I love this walking foot. But make sure you plug it in. That's the only time I don't love it, was when I forget to plug it in. This is really a screwdriver for this screw on this side of the machine. So you're just going to put it on here. And it's so nice because you slip it on. You don't even think about it. It doesn't slide off. This should never be loose enough for you to undo by hand. And then we're going to slip this one on from the back. So easy to put it on. Hand tighten it. And then you're going to grab your screwdriver and you're going to tighten it just a little bit more. Hang on, let me see. There we go. Plug it in the back. There's this little cord. It gets plugged in right into the back. And that's what tells the machine. I'm not going to plug it in right now because I am still set up to embroidery. And it'll tell me to take that foot off. So I'm going to go ahead and set up to sewing. I love this machine because I'm set up at the sewing height. This slides over. Not the machine, but the table. So the table's just the best. I just love it. And now I'm going to plug this in because now I'm set up to sewing. Center straight stitch will give me a 1/4 inch from that flange. And let's see what order it wants us to stitch this in. It says arrange 4 block A, 4 block B, and 1 center as shown. And I want you to sew in rows. Top row, second row, third row. So let's do that. And I'm not going to pin because this is a little bulky right now. And I feel like if I pin, it just shifts the fabric around. Am I plugged in? Yeah, my foot is plugged in. Let me take my shoes off. It's always better to sew with your shoes off, don't you think? And we're going to go like this. Just going to line these up. And I'm going to take my needle and just go to the right just a little bit. Maybe we'll just consistently go 2 clicks to the right. 1, 2. Get me a little bit of a scant. And I'm going to stitch at 2.0, although I'm going through lots of layers. I just like it really tight. Okay, here we go. And if you always click 2 clicks to the right, you just got to remember to do that every single time, or else your pieces will not come out even. Let me grab my next row. Okay, this is my next row. I'm going to chain piece. And these pieces have to like poke out. Just remember that. I have my auto pivot on. My auto foot lift, so it raises the foot for me every time. And that lets you just tuck in the next piece. Here's my third row. This is row 3. And row 3 looks like this. Corner should be whites going in, black, reds coming out. Then I'm going to cut these apart. And let me get my cutaroo. This is for when you're chain piecing. You can just grab your pieces. Ooh, I'd already cut them, didn't realize. And you can just pull down. So you want to leave a little bit of space in between. All right, and let's see let's see what we have here. So this is it could be the top or the bottom. But I'll go ahead and put this piece on like that.
Hey, Jeannie?
Yes?
Dinner served.
I'm going to start with my needle down. And let's see what this one is. Same thing. We need this piece over here. I got nervous that I had chopped one of these up. And I was going to have to do one more. You know when you're done, you're like, I don't feel like doing another one of those. For me, it's when in doubt, look on the floor, but it wasn't there. I'm going to take this and add that. So leave a little thread in between, then you can just use your cutter. And let's go ahead and press these. We're going to press these seams open, and then we can add the next row. We can sew the rows together. Okay. Or actually, you know what? We should piece the next section. Let's piece all of these together. Hi, Momo. Hi, my love. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cut them apart. And let's open this one up first. Let's get this piece right here. This and this one goes like that. And last piece. This one, and there we go. Oop. Okay, we are going to go press. To the iron. To the iron. Here we go. Because these are thicker, I'm just going to go ahead and press them open. And this is a good time to get out a clapper. This is my favorite size, but I love my itty bitties too. So I like to just press it to kind of get it flat. Then give it a little shot of spray. Press it again. And clapper it. Should go ahead and press that and press this at the same time. Why not? Because we can. And then clapper. And I feel like clappering makes all the difference. Because you can never get those pieces to stay. This like locks in the heat. And you get that beautiful like super flat. Super, super flat seam. Okay, so we'll give it a light press. Just to kind of train it a little bit. Then we're going to spray and press. And then we're going to clapper. Light press. Spray and press. Clapper. And repeat. So here's your first light press. Spray and press. This is my light press. This is my spray and press. And this is my clapper. Lock it in. Flatten it out. Okay, and then these are going to be ready. Oh, I must have two centers. Okay. Center. And there we go. So cute. I think these are 6.5. And so my batting, which I cut them, I think I cut them wrong. So we need to, I think I cut the batting, I'm supposed to cut the batting to 6 inches. Okay, light press, spray and press, and then we'll clapper, and then we're going to sew these together. Gorge. Let's go ahead and sew these together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the machine. Match up your seams. Cute. Okay, let's go ahead and do this one. And this is actually a little small from here. So I'm going to go ahead and ease it as I go. Grab my next one. Here we go. Looks pretty good. And let's do this one. Has it been blurry this whole time? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's press it out. Looks pretty good. Looks great. Okay. So we are going to do a light press. Press it again. And clapper it. You really want this to be nice and flat, especially where it comes together. There's a lot of fabric there at the intersections, like right here. Oh, but it feels like so flat when you use your clapper. You don't even notice it. You're like, seam? What seam? is so amazing. So we carry a couple different clappers at the store. We have this Riley Blake one. We also have one that's a little bit longer, which I really like too. And it's gorgeous. Look at that. So much fun. Okay, let's piece. Or let's press this. Just kind of guide it open with your finger. Patrick's out there laughing at something, which makes me want to go see. All right. Last thing we're going to do with these is we are going to add the quilting. Just going to lay this down just like this. Oh my goodness, it is so adorable. I love them. They're so much fun. I can't remember if this stripe's supposed to go horizontal or vertical, but we'll figure it out before we stitch it all together. Let's go ahead and get the hoops ready, and we are going to add the quilting. Okay, so we are ready to do our quilting, and I'm going to use my 7x12. I'm not going to be able to fit it into one hooping because the quilting design is 6.5 by 6.5. So it just gets you that extra half an inch, really makes you have to think. So I'm going to go ahead and hoop this up. And where are the arrows? There they are. Oh, tighten it one here, tighten it one here, two there, and one more here. That should be good enough. We're going to stitch one here. We're going to have to hoop, move it, and then do the other one. Alrighty. Let's come on back over here. I am going to adjust my arm like this so it doesn't fly up. We're going to switch this foot off. I already unplugged it in the back. We're going to put our embroidery foot back on. And what color should we stitch? It's showing it with linen. If you want to do something that shows, because it's going to have cute apples. Oh my God, maybe a burnt orange would look really cute. But you know me, I'm too scared to try anything. But I think that might be really cute, like a burnt orange. Try not to put your foot on upside down. Doesn't work as well that way. I'm going to slide this on. I cut 2 pieces of batting that were 6 inches each. And let's clear our screen. We are going to go embroidery, pocket. I'm in my lower USB. This is Falling into Autumn, background quilting. And the book says for one of them, we're going to use Fruit 5, 6x6 horizontal. Fruit 5, 6x6. There's only one 6x6. Set it. I'm going to choose my hoop size. They don't have 7 by 12 in here, so I'm going to put 8 by 12. And I'm going to leave it right in the middle. Edit, move. I'm going to leave it in the middle horizontally, but I'm going to bump it up to the top. And let's go ahead and say okay, embroidery. Here, it shouldn't let me go layout, move. Because my hoop's on, it shouldn't let me go outside my embroidery field, and it does not. So we are going to go ahead and first thing we're going to do, placement for the batting. I'm going to let it do that. Let me grab my batting. Let's give it a little shot of spray. I wish they had a 13-inch hoop. You know, because there's so many times that I need more than 12, but I don't need that 14. And 13 would be the ticket. I'm going to give my batting a little shot of spray. Sometimes when I do these, and I consider this kind of like a filler block, when I do this, I like to have a little bit extra. So this is a little bit, this is probably like more like 6 1/8 instead of 6 inches. I'm going to take this and give it a shot of spray to the back too. I am going to do the placement stitch for this. So I'm going to skip the tack down for the batting, but I am going to, I'm going to do the placement stitch for the background because I need that. So let's go ahead and say okay. Actually, I can leave that screen up. And let's stitch it out. And then we'll give the background some spray too. Sometimes it does want to catch this edge here. I'm just going to move it out of the way. There we go. For filler blocks, I kind of try to spray a little liberally and generously because I want it to like stay down in those corners. And let's see, that looks good. I want to kind of be able to press it down. All right, here we go. We are not going to do the tack down because it's just going to go around the outside. I'm going to fast forward. There's my quilting stitch. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put linen in. And let me grab my linen thread. Here we go. I'm going to use this. Let me thread her up. Thread her up. Here we go. Okay, ready or not, here we go. It's gonna be so cute. Oh my God, those apples are adorable. I think that 80-12 needle will make a difference when you're doing something like this. The 75-11 might be a little small. And then we'll just trim this down. Uh-oh, did you see that? Okay, so it's a little thick right there, and that did push the fabric a little bit. I'm going to change my foot height. I'm going to come in here. There's my embroidery foot height. Just a little bit more, I think, is going to make a difference. So I went to 0.080. And because there are some parts where it's really, really thick. Don't forget, when we're done, we're going to take that foot height and we're going to put it back to our default. Done. Let's do the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and rehoop. Okay, we're going to scoot this up a little bit. Scooch it. I wanted to see if that made it, oh, you know, I'm going to have to loosen this. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. If it dragged the fabric around on the other side, but it did not. There we go. All right, we're ready. We're going to put in a different design this time. Hopefully you weren't just seeing the back of my head just now. And so let's scooch this on. And let's load the next design. Oh, for the next one, it wants... Here's our next pieced star, and it wants Hobby 7 6x6. Okay, so we're gonna go home, embroidery. I've made my lower USB, and we want Hobby 7. This is PES, and we want 6x6. Oh, cute! Look how adorable that is. It has the knitting needles and the sweaters. Let's go ahead and put embroidery. Let's use our projector. And we just want to see where the top of it is. I'm going to move my projector all the way to the top. And now I have to move my design. Here it comes. Okay. And that's as high as it'll go, which is perfect. Just go ahead and say okay. I didn't move it left or right. We're going to do the first stitch. And actually, we could skip this because remember what we were doing too? If you wanted to, we could... Oh, and it didn't even catch. Let's go ahead and skip this. This time what we're going to do is we're going to skip this part. We're going to skip the placement for the batting. And so to do that, I went down here to this button where I can go forwards and backwards, stitches and spool colors. And that is the placement for the batting. That's the tack down for the batting, and this is the placement for the background. We're going to do that. We're going to give this a spray, but we're going to do it on the smooth side because we're with the smooth side to the back of the fabric, so facing up. So go ahead and spray the smooth side. Oops, that's my noggin. And we're going to center it. So go ahead and center it to this piece. There's no like top or bottom or right side up or right side down. And that looks pretty good. Now we're going to give it another shot of spray. And while it's doing that, I'm going to stitch this out. And this is going to be the placement stitch for the background fabric. Oh, we're not catching. Let me go ahead and put the foot up. For not catching, usually what that means is, you know what? This part is in the way, so I can't slide it out. So I'm going to go ahead and let go all the way to the corner, and then I'll take it out. Foot up. There we go. Sometimes it just doesn't catch. That's okay. Not a big deal. Go ahead and slide this back on. We're going to go back to the beginning of that. This goes forward, this goes back. And now let's do it. While it's doing that, I'm going to give this a shot of spray. Gonna lay this down. Uh-oh. You know what I didn't look at? Which way do the stripes have to go? So that one I did horizontally when it's supposed to go vertically, but that's okay. Maybe I'll do one horizontal and one vertical. So this one, I'm gonna go vertical. And we're going to skip the next step. Next step is tack down for the background. And now we have the quilting stitches. And let's go ahead and stitch these. I think it'll be cute to have one of them where the stripes go up and down and one where the stripes go side to side. But if you're looking, they want your stripes vertically. They want them to go vertical both times. There's my ball of yarn, which looks so cute. Oh, that's the Argyle sweater. Or I guess it's a cable knit sweater. Oh my God, that's so cute. And this is 4 minutes of stitching. We're about halfway done. There's another ball of yarn. One more sweater in that corner. And one more ball of yarn. Adorable. And we are done with these blocks. I'll trim them out later when I do everything else. But here are your 2 pieced star blocks. Let's take a peek at them. Pretty cute. This is the one with the sweaters and the balls of yarn. And this is the one with the apples and the stripes going horizontally instead of vertically. But I think it's going to be fine. All right. I will see you for the next block. I'll be stitching out some more of the blocks this week. And then I will see you on Monday for week 2 sew along for falling into autumn. Bye.